My fiancé announced, "I'm converting to Buddhism, and you're converting with me, or the wedding is off." "I'd been raised Catholic," I responded. "That's your spiritual journey." Then she started throwing out all my religious items while I was at work. When I came home to find my grandmother's rosary in the trash, I, 31 male, have been Catholic my whole life. Not super devout or anything, but it's part of who I am. Go to Mass on Sundays, pray before meals sometimes, got a crucifix in my bedroom. Standard Catholic stuff. My fiancé, 29, and I have been together 3 years, engaged for 8 months. Wedding's supposed to be next spring. She grew up vaguely Christian but wasn't practicing when we met. Never cared that I was Catholic. Said she actually thought it was sweet I had faith. About 2 months back, she mentioned she'd started going to this meditation center. Reading books about Buddhism. Really connecting with it. I thought that was great. Whatever helps people find peace, you know? That's cool, babe. Glad you found something meaningful. You should come with me sometime. The meditation is really powerful. Maybe. Not really my thing, but I'm happy for you. That seemed fine. For about 2 weeks. Then she started pushing. Why wouldn't I just try it? Why was I so closed-minded? I tried explaining I already had my own spiritual practice that worked for me. Buddhism isn't even a religion, though. It's a philosophy. You can be both. I'm good with what I have. You're not even willing to learn? That's pretty narrow-minded of you. I let it slide. Figured she was just excited about her new interest and it would level out. Then last week, we're having dinner and she just drops it. I've been thinking a lot. If we're going to build a real life together, we need to be on the same spiritual path. I want you to convert to Buddhism with me. I actually stopped mid-bite. I'm not converting. I'm Catholic. You knew that when we got engaged. That was before I found this. This is who I really am now. We should share it. You can practice Buddhism. I'll practice Catholicism. Couples do it all the time. Her whole face changed. So that's a no. I'm saying I'm not leaving my faith, but you're free to practice yours. Then maybe we need to rethink this whole wedding. My stomach dropped. You're seriously threatening to cancel our wedding because I won't convert? I'm saying maybe we're not compatible if you can't grow with me spiritually. This isn't about growth. You're asking me to abandon my faith. She got up from the table. Just think about it. Because if you can't do this for me, for us, maybe we shouldn't be getting married at all. She went to the bedroom. I sat there staring at my plate trying to process what just happened. Next few days were tense, but she didn't bring it up again. I thought maybe she'd realized how insane that demand was. I was very wrong. Came home from work yesterday around 6. Walked in and immediately something felt off. The crucifix that was hanging in the living room, gone. Small statue of Mary my mom gave me, gone. Went to my bedroom, crucifix above my bed, also gone. Found her in the kitchen making tea like nothing was wrong. Where's my stuff? She barely looked up. I put it away. It was cluttering the space. We need better energy for meditation. Put it away where? Storage boxes in the closet. Relax, it's all safe. You can't just remove my things. It's our apartment, and I didn't remove them, I just stored them. You're overreacting. Put them back. Now. They're fine where they are. This is better for both of us. I went to the hall closet and found 2 boxes. My religious stuff was just thrown in there. The crucifix from my bedroom had a chip on it now. You broke this. She shrugged. It's just wood. It's blessed. It means something to me. If your faith is real, you don't need objects to prove it. I put everything back exactly where it was. She watched with this annoyed expression but didn't say anything else. This morning I had an early meeting. Got home around 4. Everything was gone again. But this time the boxes weren't in the closet. She was on the balcony meditating. Where is everything? She opened her eyes real slow. Where's what? My religious items. They're not in the closet. I got rid of them. We don't need that energy here. Everything went cold. You got rid of them, as in threw them out. I donated most of it. Some broken stuff I tossed. Where? Does it matter? They're gone. Trust me, this is for the best. I went straight down to the dumpster behind our building. Started digging through trash bags until I found one from our apartment this morning. Ripped it open. My grandmother's rosary was in there. My grandmother gave me that rosary before she died 6 years ago. She'd had it for over 50 years. Prayed with it every single night. When she was dying in hospice, she put it in my hand and told me to keep praying. It was in the trash, with coffee grounds and rotting food all over it. I pulled it out and cleaned it off right there at the dumpster. Went back upstairs. She was doing yoga in the living room. My grandmother's rosary was in the trash. Oh, I must have missed that when I was sorting donations. You threw away my dead grandmother's rosary. It was an accident. You're being so dramatic. Get out. She stopped. What? Get out of my apartment, right now. You can't kick me out. I live here. You're not on the lease. This is my place. You've been staying here. Now you're leaving. She put her hands on her hips. You're doing this over some objects? You threw away something irreplaceable that belonged to my dead grandmother because you decided your new thing means I can't practice my own faith. Yeah, I'm doing this. Pack your stuff and get out. We have a wedding in 6 months. We sent save the dates. We have deposits. There's no wedding. We're done. You're breaking up with me because I'm trying to help you evolve? I'm breaking up with you because you threw my grandmother's rosary in the garbage. Get your things and leave. She tried everything. Crying, yelling, telling me I was throwing away 3 years over nothing. I just kept saying leave. Eventually she grabbed some clothes and her laptop, said she was going to her sister's and we'd talk when you calm down. I'm not calming down. This is done. Called my mom that night and told her everything. She was pissed. She threw away Mama's rosary? That girl is out of her mind. You did the right thing, honey. Now I gotta figure out how to cancel a wedding 6 months out. But honestly, I don't care. Some things you don't come back from. So it's been about a week. My ex has been blowing up my phone nonstop. Started with apologies. I'm so sorry, I wasn't thinking, I'll replace everything, I promise. Then shifted to justifications. You're choosing material things over our relationship. Now it's full accusations that I'm using this as an excuse because I have cold feet about marriage. Haven't responded to any of it. Did change my locks though. Talked to my landlord. He confirmed she's got no legal rights to the place. Her family got involved. Her mom called me a few days back. You need to stop being ridiculous and work this out with my daughter. Nah, I'm good. She made a mistake. She's sorry. You're throwing away 3 years over this? She threw my grandmother's rosary in the trash. So yeah. It was an accident. She thought it was junk. She told me to my face she threw out my stuff on purpose. She's lying to you. Well, maybe if you weren't so rigid about your religion, none of this would have happened. Maybe if your daughter respected boundaries, this wouldn't have happened. She hung up on me. Then her sister called. Same conversation, basically. I'm controlling and manipulative and using religion to abuse her. Blocked both of them after that. Yesterday was wild. Got a call from our wedding venue. My ex had called them crying that I was holding the relationship hostage, and could they please talk some sense into me because she'd already sent save the dates and canceling would be so embarrassing. I called them right back and confirmed we were canceling. They were actually really cool about it. Said this kind of thing happens more than you'd think. Lost our deposit though. $2,500 total. We'd split it. So I'm out $1,250. Worth it. Then she sent me a Venmo request for $1,150. Note said, since you're the one canceling, I declined it. She sent another one. Wedding costs, your decision. Declined again and blocked her on Venmo. Now she's claiming I owe her for emotional distress, her dress, bridesmaids' dresses she already paid for, half of all the cancellation costs. It's insane. I called this guy we both know from college. Gave him the full story. He was quiet for a minute. Dude, that's messed up, the rosary thing especially. Yeah. She's been telling everyone you had some kind of mental breakdown about meditation, that you're having a religious crisis, and shoved her away. Of course she is. Just so you know, I don't believe her. This tracks with some stuff I've noticed. She got really intense about Buddhism really fast, like weirdly intense. At least somebody gets it. My family's been great. My mom wants to call her and go off, but I asked her not to. My brother's been helping me deal with vendor cancellations, which has been a lifesaver. Been going to confession more lately. Talked to my priest about the whole thing. He was really understanding. Prayed with me for a while. That helped. The rosary cleaned up okay. Some beads are a little stained, but it's still intact. I've been using it to pray every night. Feels like having part of my grandmother back. Couple weeks later and it got nuts. So remember how I canceled the venue? She called them back and tried to uncancel it. Told them there was a misunderstanding and the wedding was still happening. Venue called me to confirm. I shut that down immediately. They made a note that she's not authorized to make any changes and only I can make decisions about it. Then she tried to contact my priest, actually called the parish office asking for a meeting to discuss my mental health concerns. My priest called me to give me a heads up. He was professional about it, but I could tell he was annoyed. Son, I'll tell you something. This behavior doesn't come from love or concern. It comes from a need to control. Be very careful. Her family ramped everything up. Her dad called from her mom's phone after I blocked her mom. Went off about how I was ruining his daughter's life and how dare I lead her on for 3 years, just to abandon her. I didn't abandon anybody. She threw my grandmother's rosary in the trash. It was a mistake. No, throwing out my stuff on purpose was a choice. Finding the rosary in the garbage was the result. You're being petty and vindictive. My daughter is devastated because of you. She did this to herself. He said I'd be hearing from their lawyer. I said okay and hung up. No lawyer contacted me. Pretty sure that was an empty threat, but I called my buddy who's an attorney just in case. He said unless we had shared assets or some cohabitation agreement, which we don't, there's nothing they can sue me for. She could try to keep the ring though. Might want to get ahead of that. The ring cost me $3,800, saved for 6 months. It was my grandmother's diamond from her original engagement ring, reset in a new setting. She still has it. Texted her, I need the ring back. It's my ring, you gave it to me. Engagement's off, ring comes back. In what universe? That was a gift. My lawyer buddy said in our state, an engagement ring is a conditional gift. Wedding doesn't happen, ring goes back. He wrote up a formal letter saying she had 10 days to return it or I'd file in small claims court. That got a response. Not from her family's lawyer. Basically said the breakup was my fault, ring was hers, and if I pursued it, they'd countersue for emotional distress and all the wedding costs. My buddy laughed when he read it. This is complete bluff. They have no case. File small claims. The law's super clear on this. So I filed. Court date got set for about 6 weeks out. Meanwhile, she showed up at my building. The doorman called up. I'd warned him this might happen. He wouldn't let her up. She caused this whole scene in the lobby about how she lives there and has a right to get her belongings. Doorman told her she needed to coordinate with me or he'd call the cops. She left but yelled that I was holding her hostage and she was calling the police for theft. She did call them. 2 cops showed up. I explained everything. Showed them she's not on the lease, that I'd told her multiple times she could get her stuff with notice. They said it was a civil matter and left. Her stuff is literally 3 boxes of clothes, some books and toiletries. Not worth any of this drama. Texted her, your boxes will be with the doorman this Saturday 10-2, pick them up then. No response, but I'm leaving them anyway. The annoying part is mutual friends asking me to just give her the ring and move on. Like it's not about the principle. My grandmother's diamond that was in her ring for 50 years? Yeah, I want that back. One friend said I was being materialistic and petty. I reminded him she threw my grandmother's rosary in the garbage and he shut right up. My mom's been bringing me dinner twice a week just to make sure I'm eating. My brother helped me pack up her stuff and kept cracking jokes to lighten things up. My dad called and just said, you did right, son. Don't back down. Been praying the rosary every night. It's this quiet time where I feel connected to my grandmother and to something bigger. Makes the rest of this mess feel manageable. My priest has been amazing through all this. We've had some good talks about forgiveness and boundaries. He helped me understand that forgiving someone doesn't mean letting them walk all over you. It means not letting the anger destroy you. Still getting my ring back, though. Court was last week. My ex showed up with her family's lawyer, same one who sent the threatening letter. I had my lawyer buddy who did this for free because he thought it would be an easy win and honestly kind of fun. Judge was this older woman who looked tired before we even started. My lawyer laid it out simple. Engagement ended. Ring's a conditional gift under state law, requesting return. Her lawyer went into this whole thing about how I ended the engagement without cause, so I forfeited my right to the ring. That my ex suffered severe emotional distress from my sudden and cruel abandonment, and the ring was compensation for her suffering. Judge turned to my ex. Why did the engagement end? My ex, crying now, he became extremely controlling about religion. Demanded I convert to Catholicism or he'd call off the wedding. When I refused, he threw me out of our home. Judge looked at me. True? No, Your Honor, I'm Catholic. She knew that from day one. She recently converted to Buddhism, which was fine. Then she demanded I convert to Buddhism too. When I said no, she started removing my religious items from the apartment without permission, including throwing my deceased grandmother's rosary in the trash. That's when I ended things. Judge's eyebrows went up. You threw out his grandmother's rosary? Her lawyer jumped in fast. That's his claim. There's no actual proof. Did you or did you not throw away his property? My ex, quieter. I was creating a more spiritually neutral space. Some items were accidentally discarded. So you did throw away his belongings. It wasn't like... Judge held up her hand. State law is very clear. Engagement ring is a conditional gift. Condition was marriage. Marriage didn't happen. Ring gets returned. You have 7 days to return the ring, or I'll issue a court order for its monetary value plus court costs. Her lawyer tried to argue more. Judge shut him down hard. Counselor, your client threw away his property, then claimed he abandoned her. The law doesn't care about emotional distress in these cases. 7 days. Outside the courthouse, her family was waiting. Her mom started yelling at me about being vindictive and cruel. Her dad said I'd regret this. I just walked past them. 3 days later, the ring showed up in my mailbox. Padded envelope, no note. Took it to a jeweler and had my grandmother's diamond removed from the setting, getting it made into a pendant for my mom for Christmas. She doesn't know yet. The setting I sold back to the jeweler for $800. My ex is blocked everywhere, but I heard through friends she's telling everyone I sued her out of spite, and she's traumatized from everything. Same friends say she's already dating someone new. Someone from the meditation center. Poor guy. Went through all the wedding vendors. Most were understanding, let us cancel with partial refunds. Some deposits we lost completely. All in, this whole wedding disaster cost me about $3,400. My ex's sister sent me a spreadsheet claiming my ex lost $8,200 on her end, and I owe her $4,100. I sent back. As determined by the court, we're done. Don't contact me again. Haven't heard anything since. Apartment feels like mine again. Rearranged some stuff, got new furniture, put all my religious items back exactly where I want them. Got a new crucifix for above my bed, bigger than the old one. Grandmother's rosary sits on my nightstand in this wooden box my mom gave me. Going to Mass every Sunday. Started volunteering to help with confirmation classes. Feels good being around people who share my faith without making it weird. Dating? Not even thinking about it yet. My priest said I should spend real time being single, figuring out what I actually want in a partner. He's right. I rushed into things with my ex without really thinking about long-term compatibility. My brother asked if I regret how I handled anything. Honest answer? No. I could have been way meaner. Could have blasted everything on social media, tried turning people against her. Instead, I just ended it, got my property back, moved on. She burned the bridge. I just refused to rebuild it. Hardest part's been accepting that I spent 3 years with someone who didn't actually respect me. My therapist, yeah, I started seeing one, says that's normal. That it's okay to grieve the relationship while recognizing it had to end. Still pray the rosary most nights. Sometimes I think about what my grandmother would say about all this. She was tough but kind. Didn't take crap from anyone but never stopped loving people. Trying to be like that. My mom cried when I gave her the pendant at Christmas. Grandmother's diamond on a simple gold chain. Mama would love this, she said, and she'd be so proud of how you handled everything. That meant more than winning in court, more than getting the ring back, just knowing I did right by my family and myself. My ex sent one last text from a new number on New Year's Eve. I hope you're happy. You destroyed everything we built. I blocked it. But first I replied, I didn't destroy anything. You did when you threw my grandmother's rosary in the trash. Have a good life. That's it. No big reunion. No revenge plot. No sudden realization on her part that she was wrong. Just a guy who stood up for himself and his faith and walked away from someone who couldn't respect either. Sometimes the best thing you can do is refuse to let someone treat you like you're disposable. And make sure your grandmother's rosary is clean, safe, and exactly where it belongs. With you.